Good morning, Daddy Eddie. Are you ready for our interview?
Good morning. I'm ready.
Okay, let's start. My first,
Yes,
que- my first question is, where and when were you born?
I was born in Barangay Tabuk, San Juan, La Union in February 17, 1953.
My second question is, can you describe the neighborhood or town where you grew up?
I can say that this place is among the poorest among the town of La Union. In this particular barangay Tabuk, fishing is the main source of living of this area at that time because the town and the barangay is along the seashore of West Philippine Sea.
My third question is, what was your family like when you were growing up? Do you have any funny or special memories from childhood?
Well, I belong to a poor family. As I grew up, I was trained to work in order to augment the needs and expenditures of our family living. My funny memories from my childhood is that we go to school barefooted, no slippers, nor shoes, not even umbrella to use during rainy season. We use banana leaves as our protection for rain. The most funny memories I had during my elementary days is if one among us afford to buy an ice drop or ice cream drumstick. Five of us alternately sip that one piece of ice drops until it's gone.
My fourth question is, what was school like for you?
School for me at that time is not as important as now. Our parents sent us to school just to learn how to read and write. They will let us skip the school anytime they want. They just let us go to school when no other work interested is to be done.
Um, First, what was your first job? Can you tell me about your career path?
My first job after my high school days was a tricycle driver. I had to make this decision to save money for my college education. Our pastor in the church gave me some advice to try to enroll in a Bible college where he believes I can finish the course as a self-supporting student. True enough, through prayers of our pastor, he accompanied me to enroll in the so-called Bible college to take theology course. It is here where I felt God's call in my life. I had to work hard to work at least 18 hours a week while studying in the college to augment my expenses while studying because I know my parents cannot afford to support me. So I did my best to support myself until I finished my theology course, Bachelor of Theology, way back in 1977.
How did you meet Grandma? What was your relationship like in the early days?
We met your grandma in this particular college. She came over 3 years later. Just the same story like I am. No support from her parents financially. So in order for her to make her college education, she enrolled in this college. This is where we met and know each other well. Telling stories about our families, our past activities, and how we met the Lord as our personal Savior in our lives. With all of this happen in our lives, we decided to be best friends. Her name is Nancy Ferrer.
Can you describe the day you got married? About the birth of your children?
Before we got married in May 17, 1980, I had to wait for 3 years until she finished her course, Bachelor of Science in Religious Education. Those 3 years, I was assigned as a pioneering pastor of Metro Manila District Church of the Nazarene, particularly in Taytay Rizal and Antipolo Rizal. Just after your grandma's graduation, we got married in her hometown in Posorobio, Pangasinan. After a year and a half, here comes the birth of our firstborn child in the name of Gerald Ferrer Lauria in Taytay Rizal. We can hide our excitement and thanksgiving to the Lord for giving us a baby boy who later became the idol, an example of pride who is true succeeding two brothers.
What
I
value?
believe
What values or lessons did you learn growing up that you wanted to pass on to your children or grandchildren?
well, family traditions, I value them as one is respect, discipline, obedience, and fear to the Lord. Christian values are the most important thing as compared to material things or material positions in life.
Oh. Are there family traditions that you started or continued over the years? Could you share the story behind them?
A family tradition that I've started in that is work, always work a priority for me. Since my parents introduced this kind of activity during my childhood, it became a mindset to me over the years. As a matter of fact, I always prefer to get into work than going into any other relaxations, outings, etc., or any activity that has nothing to do to benefit my family. That is uh, for my expectations. It has no contribution for my family. For so many years, I've been in that kind of a dogmatic personality, not giving any consideration of having a family fellowship such as outings, picnics, etc. I always consider those things a loss of time, a loss of money, not realizing that my family are being deprived of their desire of having a closer relationship and happy moments together as a family.
What was the hardest decision you ever had to make?
The hardest decision I've ever made was when I and my wife made a decision to leave the church where we are assigned and accept a call to pastor a church, what we call a dying church, as per our district leader describe it, that if we don't accept the call to minister to that church, the said church will be closed. It was really a challenge to me and my wife and my family. In fact, we are already in our church where we are all happy, serving the Lord, and here comes a call to transfer to a church that is almost to be closed or trying due to certain problems. For some pastors, if not all, perhaps one challenge is to leave their comfort zones. My wife and I stood to our ground in prayer that the Lord will grant us wisdom and blessings to pursue the work He entrusted to us.
Can you recall a time when you overcame a difficult situation? How did you stay strong?
After 2 years or more, our children finally joined us in that area of ministry and had helped us become an asset to the ministry, our ministry in that area. The happiest memories we have as parents is when we have them helping us in the church. The happiest memories we have as parents is when we have grandchildren added to our family. Now we have 4 grandchildren, 3 boys and 1 girl. We are so happy to have them as we see them grown up and join bonding with them whenever we have time. The 3 boys are no other than the eldest, Derwin, Jelix Skyler, Jid Gerson, and the only girl is Queen Alexis.
What do you hope people will remember about you?
I have no other desire in the remaining days of my life as a minister of the gospel, but to see there is no other way we can have a better life or the best moment in our lives, but to have a personal relationship with God, serving Him more and more, regardless of any situation we encounter in this life. May the good Lord bless us all. Thank you.
That's all put, Daddy Eddie. Thank you very much for your time. God bless you, and I love you.
Love you.
Safe flight, my dear, may the winds be kind and guide you gently.
And the field your hands have toiled. 3 sons you raised with love and joy. Now 4 grandchildren call your name. Daddy Eddie, your love remains. Through the storms and darkest night, you taught us all to walk in light. Not just a father, but God's own guide, a faithful servant by his side. Faithful Father, Daddy Eddie, dear, God's own strength has brought you here. In this battle we'll stand near. Your love makes our family strong and clear. Faithful Father, servant true, God's great promise carries you.